Hello everybody. My name is Bad Little Angel and welcome to today's video. Today is going to be a little bit more of a chill video, but it has very much to do with the next video that I will be putting out, which will probably come out next week because I have some very important things to talk about and announce, and I am kind of currently in the middle of organizing a personal project that is super important and is going to hopefully create a standing ground and a jumping off point for a lot of people. So I kind of wanted to film both because my day has a lot to do with that. Also, we're gonna get ready while we chat, but my day has a lot to do with my prepping for it. I have been wanting to do like my week of outfits or like week in my life video, which means this might be compiled of a bunch of different little things that I would experience throughout my week and during a busy week leading up to a big event, which I guess since I will have to edit this, I can tell you, and you probably already know if you have been joining me on my streams, but we are going to Anime NYC! Yes, we're going all 4 days. I have 4 cosplays planned, so it's going to be a very, very busy weekend. But one of those cosplays is going to be talked about in the next video. I have kind of made it a little bit of my mission to create a space for people like me who have autoimmune diseases, but like, you look at me, obviously I probably sound a little sick today, and that is a part of why I wanted to take you guys with me, because I actually think I have both a bacterial infection and I caught an illness that made it into my house, not last week, 2 weeks ago. I've been like actively fighting off whatever bacteria actually came with it, and I finally like caught it. I don't know how to explain it. I was sick and then now it's actually like here. More on that later, but I am doing something very important, and if you want to know more about it, the next video is definitely for you. And also, if you just like regular or fun or just vlogs in general, I don't know, I can't depict if you think they're regular or if you think they're fun, but I like to vlog, especially when I'm going out and doing something, so you can check out some of the other videos. I will do a little like link up here. Yes, so today I wanted to film because I am not feeling well, and it really directly pertains to next week's video, and I wanted to do a week in my life of outfits and just like what I'm doing and how I prepare for big events like this. Oh my gosh, my curls came out so bouncy. Bouncy, 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 bouncy. Actually, I really love when they turn out like this. The key, if you have very like fine hair, which I never used to, I used to have really, really like full body hair, and for a while like it just wouldn't curl really well. If you want to know the secret, do it on fully washed hair and use like a leave-in product. If you have like wavy curly hair and it gets kind of frizzy, which is why I've started doing this, because then I get to have like curly hair throughout the week. Am I curl training my hair? Anyways, I would recommend doing it damp hair, leave the rollers in for 2 days. Listen, I am not a hair dermatologist. That may or may not be good for your hair, but that is what works best for me to get the week-long wear that I do. If you do leave them in for 2 days though, don't put them like super tight, because that's probably like really bad for your hair. Yeah, we're gonna get ready and I'm gonna take you on my day because I have some things to do. I do want to kind of mention that before we get completely in, other than the next one you're gonna see, which is going to be about the specific cosplay and project that I'm working on, all of my vlogs are filmed way in advance. So after these two, and I'll always put the date like normally up here at the beginning of the videos, like when they were made, but you're going to be seeing like a lot of past Angel, like 2024, 2025. So don't be shocked if like I look different or I sound different or there's different people around, because they are definitely filmed in advance. But yeah, so we're gonna get ready and then I'm gonna show you my outfit and then we're gonna get going. I feel like I'm on the fence with like, I kind of am unsure how I want to start this type of a project, because here's the thing, this project specifically has to pertain to a lot of people and I don't want it to get caught up as something that I strictly go through, even though I'm doing it based off of my experience and knowing that there's probably millions of other people who are going through the same thing that don't ever get the exposure or the help they need because there is so much going on. So I think this will both be like I realize it's probably going to be like a cosplay reveal and like how I made the cosplays video. That way when I'm actually there, people can check out how I made it. And also it's going to be, I'm glad I actually did turn that on. It's going to be kind of a little bit of a backstory. So maybe this will be the prequel to what I post in the next video. So I kind of wanted to just talk about my journey a little bit so you kind of know what has been going on. I know that if you've watched the streams, you know, but there's a lot of people who are actually just here from YouTube specifically. So I want to kind of like fill people in. So, hello, my name is Angel. I have a few autoimmune diseases and I'm suspected to have a few more. I found out this year after 6 years of looking for answers and working really hard to figure out why everything was so scary and what was going on with my body. I'm gonna move you over here. Finally got some answers. I have Hashimoto's disease and I also have endometriosis, and I am actually suspected to have SLE or systemic lupus. I have a lot of hey, what the heck? I have a lot of unusual symptoms, so much so that I have been redirected to, I always forget the name. It might be like interactive incorporative medicine. I'd have to look at the referral, but I don't know why I always forget the name, because my endocrinologist was just like, there is way too many symptoms going on that are not endocrine that you need to get checked out, but also to go to your original doctors, like your rheumatologist, etc., etc. So these are all big words. You're going to hear a lot of big words when you have illnesses that are above the average cold, virus, and etc. Your life is actually going to be pretty much filled with big names of big doctors that can get really confusing. So basically, I had been struggling with some pretty severe symptoms and I was kind of rolled off as like, oh, like there's nothing wrong, you just have trauma or it's just because of blah blah blah, which is really frustrating, and the big part of why I wanted to start this project that is going to be coming in the next video. It's going to be more of a concise video, which is why I think making like a little bit of a prequel to it is a good idea. Oh gosh, because this is where you can kind of get the full story of like what it is that causes me to want to really start this kind of a movement. Now, I'm not the only person who has started some type of movement for people who are ill. I actually am very inspired by Iron Mouse and Sea Dog VA, and I don't say that as in like, oh my gosh, Iron Mouse and Sea Dog VA, although I'm sure they are very amazing people. I say that as in like they are like awe-inspiring. If you don't know Iron Mouse, she is a streamer, she's a VTuber, and she has CVID, which is common immune variable deficiency. It's a very severe case of an autoimmune disease, and the reason she actually, or they, inspire me so much is because the only reason that I finally got answers to what I was experiencing is because she actually mentioned during one of her streams that it was very specific. If you started feeling XYZ symptoms around a certain age, then you should go get checked, because that was a very telltale sign for what she has. I didn't think like, oh, I must have what she has, but I did think like that is good information, because I have been trying to figure out what has been going on for the past 6 years, and nobody has had an answer for me. And actually, I was hospitalized because I had a seizure in a doctor's office. The same doctor of which told me that I was making it all up and I was just traumatized, which is the big part of why I want to start this movement. Okay, I know it sounds like I am blabbing, but it is super, super important that you know all this background knowledge, because of course, just like every movie, every character has a story, right? And the character I will be creating has a story, and this is that story, and this is her part of her story, although she's going to be more for the masses. I actually have a little bit of a plan to kind of get people involved, and I'm really excited about it. Hold on, I just need to touch this up without talking just for like 1 second. Wow. Yeah, I think it's okay. The problem with my eyelashes is that these ones like stick to my skin, so they're just like basically non-existent. Okay, I know this might be like a little controversial for makeup doing, but I kind of like when it looks just a little off, because I think when things look too perfect, they can be like, sure, cover of magazine, but also like everything about life is imperfect, and when things are too perfect, like it draws away from what is actually there. I don't know if that makes sense. Back on topic, I had been searching for answers for about 6 years, and I like was looking high and low. I was in the ER every other month because of how ill I felt. I honestly felt like I was dying, and I was really scared because nobody could give me an answer. Nobody knew what was wrong. Nobody could tell me like why I was feeling this way. We had like speculations. I had doctors tell me like, just pretend it never happened, because I had seizure-like activity, and then suddenly it just stopped. It was very scary and overwhelming, and after she said that, I felt I felt reprieve. And it made me start thinking, when I started streaming and making content, actually this isn't the first vlog channel I've had, surprise, surprise. My very first vlog was actually when I was a little girl. I made my first video on YouTube. I was like 7, I think. And I was really interested in gymnastics, and so I thought I was going to film a gymnastics video, and so I did. I'm sorry if my brain is kind of scrambled. I'm trying my best to keep everything together, but let's do glitter. I think I will do, oh my gosh, my hand is itchy. Why are you so itchy? It's that type of itch where it's like in your throat too. Does that ever happen to anybody else, or is that just me? Is that weird? Probably. There's gonna be so much editing in this, Angel. So, I finally, kind of had a direction, and I started going to my doctor, and I had to go to a couple of doctors actually. I needed to go, I had like 4 referrals, and I was overwhelmed. So I took a break because I just couldn't do it. Like, I couldn't fathom doing it. I don't know about you, but like, when you're in the hospital and you literally like are just consistently being told left and right that like you're making it up, or that like nothing is wrong, and not because you're actually like making it up, but because like nobody knows what to do and nobody knows what it is, and they don't know what to tell you, so they're just like throwing everything at the wall, you start to kind of like get discouraged. And that is a big part of why I wanted to also do my part and step up in the autoimmune community. And not just autoimmune, because endometriosis is also a chronic illness, and so is Hashimoto's, and so are autoimmune disease in general. Like, there are so many types of people out there that you pass by probably every day, and they just want to live a normal life and not have to be sick, even though they know they're going to get sick because they don't wear a mask, or they know that it's going to cause them problems in the future, but they just want to feel like a normal person for a day. And that is a big part of what this is all about. What this project I'm going to be doing is all about. I think we need more visibility on the subject, as with anything, because the more it's talked about, the more we can figure out how to solve the issue that currently exists. Sorry, I'm just like totally rubbing glitter on my chest. Have a conversation. But there's an issue that needs to be solved, and that is that there needs to be more visibility on this type of subject, because a lot of the time problems aren't solved because they're just not really that known. Like, they're known here and they're known there, but they're not known. And that's where a lot of issues can really just come in. So my goal is to get the visibility on it. It started way before this, but like, I had the seizure, I was hospitalized, nobody could figure out what was wrong. I had MRIs, I had EEGs, I had EKGs, I had blood tests, I had test after test, and nobody could figure out what it was. And then I was going to my doctor, and there was some tests that they were curious about, so then they kind of like they suggested something, they gave me all the referrals. I was just so tired. I was so frustrated. I was so angry that people were telling me like nothing's wrong, we don't know what it is, just forget about the seizures you were having, it was nothing, it's not happening anymore, so why even worry about it. Like, I just was upset, and I felt unseen and unheard, and like I was gonna die and nobody was gonna know why. And I don't ever want anybody to feel that. So then I kind of heard that from Iron Mouse, and decided, okay, it's time for me to get serious again, because as I was saying, I used to be a face cam streamer, a flesh tuber, if you will, and I ended up becoming a VTuber because I just was so sick all the time. It was so hard to get out of bed. It was so hard to shower every day at one point, like, which really sucked because I actually really like showering. It's like my favorite thing to do. I would shower 2 times a day, every single day, if I had the opportunity. Actually, I'd probably take a bath, but besides the point, and it took just a lot of access away from me, so I became a VTuber. But I decided to then start up this on the side because I've always really loved creating face-to-face content and watching vlogs and watching beauty vloggers and watching artists and watching just all kinds of different people. And before this, I actually had another like lifestyle vlog channel, but I kind of took it all down because there was a lot of people that I didn't realize back then I was going to not have in my life now. I wasn't going to have them around, and I should have known then that I was not going to keep them in my life, family-wise, friend-wise, etc. But that's another story for another day. So then I started these so that when I do actually get to go out and be who I feel like on the inside, I could share it with everybody, because this is what I've always wanted to do. And I kind of remember there was another little turning point for me. I was doing a collab with somebody and they were talking about how they were scared to go to the doctor. And to me, it just felt like this can't be a thing. Like, we can't continually have this problem because nobody is going to get the help they need. We need the visibility. So then I started going back to the doctor, and I know I've said that, like, it sounds like I'm going in circles, but there's like really such a chronological order to why this is so important to me. And obviously, if you've like, you could totally skip. I'll probably put like skip to here if you don't want to hear the story or whatever beforehand. But if you are here, thank you for listening. It means a lot to me. I started going back, and the endocrinologist was the first place I started because I had been told multiple times that I had very low levels, and I actually scheduled with them because I was having like a perfectly normal day at the American Dream, and I had a great day, and on the way back I started to feel very off. I started to have very weird symptoms. My arms were going numb, my hands were tingling, and when you have anything to do with your arms numb or tingling and you don't know what it is, don't ever wait, please. Go to the hospital, because you could be having a heart attack, and especially in women, that is the most common sign. It's not just one arm, it's just your arms in general. You need to go get it checked out, because if you're having a heart attack, that's kind of irreversible. So I went, and by the time I got there, I could not breathe, I could not stand, I could not walk. I had to have somebody literally carry me, like basically like carry me into the hospital, and they had to wheel me back because I couldn't walk anymore and I could barely breathe. And by the time I got to the room, so from the time I was standing checking into the ER to the time I got into a room, which was less than 5 minutes, I could not stand. My legs didn't work. And I was scared. Like, really scared. Because I was a gymnast, okay? And I use this as a reference for things because it takes a lot of strength to be a gymnast or to do any sport in general. And I always was very sporty. And suddenly my legs just did not work. And that rose the hugest red flag for me that something needed to be done because something's not right. So they actually did find like another test that was confirming as well that really helped me actually be like, okay, we can move forward, and I actually have some kind of like evidence to say like, hey, okay, there's something wrong. So I ended up scheduling with my endocrinologist, and sure enough, there was no doubt about it. It wasn't just like hypothyroidism or hyperthyroidism, it was directly Hashimoto's disease, which I already knew because I did my research, because that is another thing that I want to bring awareness to, is doctors will always tell you,
don't look things up and don't research it because you're gonna make it worse.
And I think that that's just a ploy because they don't want people to, they don't want people to think they're dying, because if you search things on Google, a lot of the time it's gonna be like, you're dying. So here's the thing, don't take the first thing you see, do your research on what your symptoms are and present that, because doctors have no idea where to start. They have no idea. There's so many different people and everybody has a different case. No, they don't know where to start. Do your research on your symptoms, make sure you've done thorough research, and then go to a doctor. So I go to the doctor. I already kind of had known that that's what it was going to be, thankfully, and I like did all the tests. It took about 3 weeks to get everything in order. I had to do an ultrasound. I actually also have a node that is like barely riding the line of possibly being cancerous. It needs to be watched to make sure it doesn't become cancerous, but it's quite large, which is also pretty scary. It was something that I was not actually expecting, and was quite a heavy thing for me, because I've actually lost somebody to cancer in my life, and they were really close to me, so I used to always be really, really scared of that. But it's not cancerous right now. It just needs to be watched. Anyways, so I got the answers that I needed, and then I also, as I was in there, the nurse was telling me that I should see a rheumatologist, because a lot of my symptoms seemed like they were rheumatoid, and that those are the people that deal with systemic lupus, Schrödinger's, and rheumatoid arthritis, etc., etc. So I obviously made the appointment, and then the next time that I went, hold on, I'm so distracted because I'm trying to get ready. Next time that I went in, I was wondering, because I was doing my research, and I was like, were you saying that I should see a rheumatologist because I was wearing a fake earring, it turned my ear green. You think I might have lupus? And she was like, it's definitely worth getting checked out. And then when I came back after the second set of tests and talked to the doctor about it, he had also said, like, that is a very good point, you should be getting checked for that. So because all of my symptoms, and as I keep waiting, all of my symptoms unfortunately do line up with it, which also, another thing to kind of keep in mind when you are looking for what is going on and you're trying to get diagnosed, don't get a specific, don't stick specifically with something. You can have a very strong feeling and know that there's something going on, and also kind of keep an open mind, because the medical world is a huge field. Our bodies are so crazily intricate that there is so many different things that could be happening and going on, that it just would be hindering to completely stick with something, unless you know 100%. You will know what your symptoms are, you will know how you feel every day. You have to live in your body, but just keep a little bit of an open mind and go in with short, concise, write it beforehand, tell people what you're feeling. Tell the doctors what you're feeling, like the symptoms. So, example, my symptoms are, a lot of the time I will say, if it's okay with you, I have like a list. I get a little nervous. I need to make sure everything is getting kind of written down and told to you. So I have everything here. So what you're going to want to put together is your symptoms, answers to questions that doctors could ask already, like say that you are vomiting. If you tell a doctor that you are vomiting, they're going to ask you these questions. Is it when you eat something specific? Are you drinking enough water? Is it because of your sleep schedule? So you would frame it. My symptoms are I'm vomiting even when I am on a healthy, regular diet and drinking the required amount of water every day, and it is not caused by stress or anything else in my timeline and is a new occurring thing that is affecting my quality of life. Now, if you have more symptoms, you want to say, like, say you have vomiting, and these are like just basic ones because I don't know what your symptoms are. Say you have vomiting, say you have headaches every day, say like your nose falls off and you have to reattach it, I don't know. You would say, I'm vomiting normally around this many times a week, no matter what I eat or drink, no matter how much water I intake. I do take this medicine like Tums to help, but it's not helping, and it feels connected to the insomnia that I'm having that I only notice is happening when the nausea is happening, and then suddenly during that same time period my nose falls off and I have to reattach it. Like, that's a silly example, but like that is kind of like how you would phrase it, if that makes sense. My goal for this, having suffered so much pain and having known of people who are suffering so much pain, is we are going to get visibility on it. You over there who has been so scared, and I'm so sorry that you've had to be so scared and go through all that you've had to go through and feel like nobody understands because nobody is you and nobody feels the things you go through, and you might have people who are very unkind to you, or you go out into the world and none of those people know that 80% of the time you can't even get out of bed, are going to stand up and are going to talk about it. And here's why. I am talking about it now, and you probably relate or know somebody who relates, or maybe you care about me, which is really nice. Thank you for being here. I love you. You're amazing. But you are going to talk about it because you're inspired by me, and I'm talking about it because I was inspired by Iron Mouse. And you are probably only getting the inspiration to take care of it and go to the doctor and know what to do because you're here watching this. And I'm not saying like, oh, I'm like a magical being and I'm gonna make you go to the doctor. No, I'm saying you should, because you're the only person that can take care of you, and you're so important, and you deserve to live a normal as you can life. But also, we need to get this out there more. And there's so many people who are afraid of what the answer is going to be that they never start. And if we want to help people in the future not feel like we feel, if we want to help people out in the public know to hopefully be kinder or to not judge people or to not take people for granted, because you never know if that person that you're next to in the Starbucks line cannot walk some days, or just got the ability to walk, or just got out of the hospital. We're going to talk about it. And not only are we going to talk about it, but we're going to start a trend for the visibility. And there's going to be more to this kind of like mission that we're going to pull together. But I don't know if you guys have gotten blood drawn, if you're like a part of the chronic illness club, autoimmune club. You probably have, and you know they wrap your arm in this stuff. This is a gauze tape. It is just stuff they wrap around your arm after they take blood so that they can put the cotton ball on. And obviously, if you are also part of the autoimmune club, you know what this is. This is a electrode that they connect the wires to when they're giving you an EEG or an EKG. And I will have a better example of this in the next video, but we are going to, these are really affordable. If you buy them, you're not gonna sell people out. People who need and use these are not going to suddenly not have them if you buy them, because I already know that's gonna be a thing. I always see that on videos where it's like, now it's gonna be sold out. Okay, calm down. There's enough in the world, okay? And this is for a good cause, so let's chill out. We're going to make armbands, and when you go out in public, you're going to wear your armband. This is for autoimmune people, chronic illness people, and people who want to support the cause, okay? You don't have to have the electrode. Don't buy the electrodes. You don't need the electrodes. The electrodes are part of what I'm doing for this project. You probably don't need the electrodes. You can if you want, but like those are a little more imperative to medical. The gauze is like you're going to wear it on your arm. One, to get you to stop being scared to be yourself, because you can barely walk. That one day a week you go out, you don't look sick. The day before you couldn't walk. You were out of breath in the shower. You can't breathe that one day you are out in public. You are scared and you deserve to be seen. And it brings visibility to our cause. So, wear it when you go out. It's kind of cute as a fashion accessory anyways. And we are going to start that. That's how we're going to get visibility. And also, share this clip, share this topic with your friends, with your family, with your For You pages, so that we can get more knowledge and eyes on it. Now, I'm not just saying that because I'm like, hey, guess what? Share my content. Like, this isn't really about me. This is about a bigger picture, and we really just need help. We really need all the help we can get. Also, my nail broke in the process. I have not had a nail break in like forever. Part 2 is if you are non-ill presenting. I want you to talk to your doctors about it. I want you to, every time you have a doctor's appointment, or if you do have an illness, go in there, ask about autoimmune diseases, be curious, get the questions rolling in the medical community. How do we do that? Individually. You, Johnny in the back, Jenny in the front, like everybody that is here right now, every time you go to a doctor's appointment, who cares if it's a dentist appointment? Like, maybe you even bring it up then. We need to bring it up in the medical community. The dentist isn't going to do anything. That was more of a joke, but like, anytime you go to the doctor, anytime you go to urgent care, anytime you go to the ER, after you have taken care of what you take care of, bring it up. Why not? Get it out there. And honestly, when I say that, I'm not saying like use your doctor's appointment for our cause. What I'm saying is if you have a yearly checkup and you're just going and they're going to take your vitals and be like, okay, see you later, see you next year. Bring it up. Talk about it. And that's how we get it in the medical community. So I think visibility, communication, doctors, if you're watching this, like a big part of this is we need more understanding. We need to stop throwing, oh, you're traumatized, oh, we don't know, oh, we can't find exactly what it is, so you're making it up. Especially in hospital settings, like that needs to be better. We need to be better. We're in 2026. We know you have a hard job. The nurses kind of go through it the most. But let's kind of, take our time. Let's actually try to help people. Let's actually do what we signed up for and what we went to college all those years for, to help people. I mean, unless you got forced to do it. And then, why not prove your parents that you're the best doctor ever by discovering a new cure or being the most well-known kind doctor out there, right? 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 But seriously, I think that there needs to be something done in the medical community where it feels a little bit more accepting and less you're gonna pull 5 teeth before we actually figure out what is going on, because there's just too much going on, and there needs to be more understanding doctors that are not bringing what they have at home into work, because those people that are coming to you, they need help. I had to get to the point where I couldn't walk. I have had to hold myself up on walls because some of my symptoms were so bad that my legs just stopped working before I started going back to the doctor, because I just had such a bad time. And that shouldn't be the case. And I know I'm not the only one. You're never the only one in anything. There are so many people in the world, you're never the only one. We need visibility by doing our part, by speaking up, whether we're sick or we're not, but we want to help people. We need doctors to do their part by making it a little bit easier and more friendly and softer to get what we need and the help we need, and not just get medicine shoved in our face. That is the worst thing. I was given epilepsy medication, and nobody ever gave me a diagnosis of epilepsy. They were just here, take it, you're having seizures. Okay. Did we ever think maybe there was another reason? Oh wait, there was another reason, and I don't have epilepsy. It was the fact that my levels were so low and I have other issues going on. Let's not just shove medication in people's faces. We don't want that. I know that some doctors do that because they get paid to do that. Can we not do that? Can we actually care about human beings? That would be really nice. If you're one of those doctors, you really should see a therapist and a psychologist. And also, for those of you who are getting prescribed medicine, those of you who are getting prescribed medicine, look up what it does. Look up the side effects. Look up what it's for before you take it. Don't just take random medication. Look it up. See if it helps what you're supposed to be having. If you have questions, call your doctor. Don't just take things blindly. Ask questions when they prescribe it to you, because they're going to tell you what they're going to prescribe you. So ask questions. Don't blindly take medicine, please. 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 I'm begging you, please. Okay? And the third thing is, I think that is what I'm doing, and that's where my part comes in, is with this project is to raise awareness and you will know more about it in the next video, like I said, but it is very important. I have put a lot of thought into this. I have put a lot of time and effort into it, and I really want people to feel seen. I'm doing something that a lot of people relate to, even if you aren't sick. That is where I'm coming in, because I have a slightly able body. I will get sick. Like, I get sick every time I go to a big event, and I will suffer the consequences afterwards, but that is okay with me, because that is where I feel the most happiest. One, I love doing content. I love making things for people. I love cosplay. And two, I want to use my able body to represent what people don't see, which is literally the day after con ends, I have a doctor's appointment. I have a specialist appointment. And I also have like multiple other appointments I have to make. And I will probably have to get blood drawn like 5 more times by the end of the year. And there's a possibility I end up in the ER at some point. Do I want that? No. Am I going to push that upon myself? No. I actually have to be begged to go to the ER every single time because I don't want to be poked and prodded. I don't. It's not fun. I bruise. I will put a picture right here of how badly I bruise every single time I have to get an IV. Every single time I have to get blood drawn. I don't want that. Not at all. So, and I have to go to urgent care today, which I should probably get going soon because I've been yapping for a long time. But I'm going to use my able body to represent what it's like for those of us who look normal on the outside, but really have to struggle with all of these other things, who sound normal through the internet, but have so many devices having to be hooked up to us, who have to go to the ER and have oxygen hooked up to them and get IVs all the time and get blood drawn and have to pee into cups and have to take medicine and have to have ultrasounds and CAT scans and x-rays and electrograms and EKGs, and like, that is a part of our normal life. And I think people get scared when you talk about it. Like, if I'm being honest, another part of this is I think people get really scared when you talk about illness when they're not familiar with illness. It makes them feel like they have a burden to bear. Sorry, my throat is like burning. Actually, ow. It makes them feel like they have a burden to bear and they don't understand. So we want to make people understand. We don't want to force it down their throats, but we want to help people understand that this is our normal and we want to be taken seriously, but also just cared about. Like, we want to not be feared or excluded because it sounds like there's extra responsibility to hang out with us. Like, there's nothing that different between us other than our day-to-day life looks a little bit different, but we want to be included too. Like, we don't want to be looked at as like some alien just because we have to go through so much more. Like, we're already having to suffer through that. Why would we want to be mistreated? And I mean, like, you don't want to be friends with people who treat you that way anyways, but like, at the end of the day, I think a big portion of why I wanted to do this is to bring awareness to it in multiple ways. Not just the visibility for us, not just like to inspire you to go out or to inspire doctors to be better, but to get people familiar with like not staring if you're in a wheelchair, or if you have oxygen hooked up to you, or if you have like band-aids or gauze all over you because you just had blood drawn, or if you have to walk with a cane, or if you have to take like the oxygen cans because you can't breathe, or if you like have to have some kind of like Omnipod or some type of diabetes device, if you have to have a leg bag, an ostomy bag, like a hearing aid, it's not that scary. It's only scary because people don't know about it, because people don't talk about it, like because people don't see it so often. And that's a big part of why I want to do this too. So it's gonna be more, there's gonna be a more short, concise, to the point, like explanation on it in the next video, like I said, because I'm going to attach the cosplay, the project there. But I think it's good that I tell you about what I'm going through and why I wanted to do this in the first place, because it stems from somewhere, and now you know I'm not doing it out of no knowledge. I'm not doing it because it's cool to be sick. Like, I'm not doing it because there's some trend on it. Like, I'm doing it because I want to help people. I have realized something over the past few years, and then I'll stop yapping, maybe, that I used to really want to be somebody who could raise money for big charities and raise millions and thousands of dollars for people and help the homeless and things like that. And I always thought I never could, but over the past 2 years, we have done a Christmas charity live stream every year, and I will do another one this year. I think I will probably dedicate it to autoimmune, and maybe even like see if there are specific charities that raise awareness to specifically what I have, or research on like helping people know what they have sooner. I want to look into it before I promise anything. But I realized the first time I did it, when I was scared that I was not going to raise anything, and we raised, how much did we raise? I think we raised like $800, and we put it towards kids and families who are not going to have gifts or food that year. That you don't have to be somebody to do something impactful. And I am somebody. Like, I love myself. I think I'm a beautiful person. I'm somebody when I'm outside of content. I'm somebody when the cameras are off and nobody knows my name, and like, I am somebody. But I meant like somebody who has millions of dollars. You don't have to be. You just have to be you. You just have to be who you are and who you want to be. And last year we did it to make a wish and to help different food banks around America. I did like different states. I looked up the like people who had the lowest food, the biggest food scarcity, and like what states were the biggest for that, and donated it to those states, and also to make a wish because I lost somebody to cancer when I was really young, and I think a lot of people lose their lives to what we're talking about today. But I think this year we're gonna raise money for autoimmune, and that is another reason that I think it's important that we stand together and that I talk about this and that I do this, because it doesn't matter if just I see it. It doesn't matter if 5 million people see it. It doesn't matter if you stand up and help or if you don't. Although it does matter at the same time. Like, it does help, and it does help our cause, and it does help people around us, and it does help people after us. But you can make an impact just with who you are, and that's why I'm doing this. And I hope it does make an impact. I do. Secretly, I hope it does. But I can't just not do it because I don't know if it's going to work out perfectly. You know, I gotta do it. I gotta put my foot forward and hope that you're going to put your feet forward afterwards. And maybe we can all skip in a conga line. I don't know. It could be fun. But yeah, okay, so I'm gonna finish getting ready. And we're going to go to the doctor, and I feel like there's more symptoms I should tell you about in case you are experiencing those things, and then you can go get them checked out. But I think I've kind of like listed the majority of like the idea, so hopefully you get the idea. If you want like a whole separate video of me literally talking about just my medical journey, I will talk about that. I know I did just tell you most of the story, but like in detail what I did, what symptoms I felt, how more in depth I can like write out a diagram of like how you can talk about symptoms and what you should be saying to your doctors and how to know what medication is right for you. I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice that I will be giving, but it is advice from somebody who might be like you that might help you feel less scared. So if you want to see that, let me know in the comments down below. And make sure you put it with like, is there a syringe emoji or a doctor emoji so that I can like scroll through and see those specific comments. But yes, so I'm gonna finish getting ready for the 50th time. I'm gonna finish getting ready and we're gonna go about our day. I am back with my accessories. With the accessories I'd like to wear today. I actually have been dying to wear this earring. You can't really see it, it's not focusing, but I've been dying to wear it. And I finally chose to do it today. Guys, I have been fighting the urge to get bangs like no tomorrow. I want bangs, but I think I only think I want bangs. I don't know if I actually really want them. Ow, bro, stop turning upside down. Stop. Just stop. I'm a little delusional when I'm tired. I don't know if you could tell. Did you tell? Is it knowledgeable that I could be a little delusional when tired? Or is that like a shock? Let me know. Okay, so listen. Hello? You know, I know we got a little sticking up going on here, but I don't mind it, as I will normally give myself an ahoge normally anyways, but my hair is pretty tightly curled, so I cannot do that today. The point is, I don't mind a little hair sticking up. Yes. The answer is yes. Beauty patootie pumpkin nudie. This is the first time that I've got to wear like a chain like this. Actually, I just changed this guy out. So excited. These guys are still healing. And this guy, I've had him the longest and he's like the biggest pain culprit ever. Like, what is that? Why are you doing that? Okay, what else do I want? I want perfume. What perfume do I want? Oh, I need bracelets. Okay, so this is the setup officially. Wow! I made this one and this one. These ones, I got this one a long time ago. It's like a shooting star. And then it has like little star beads. And this guy, and this guy, and this guy. That's my outfit for the day. I'll probably actually take this. Do I want this one? Yes, I do. So I need to clear it out. I have some things for like the con that I've been like preparing, which obviously, since that's what this video is about, like, I have alcohol wipes, antibacterial wipes. Honestly, a lot of these are just for my everyday bag. I don't know what I'm talking about. Regular non-antibacterial hand wipes, but that smell good. Little toothbrushes, because you never know. And also, I don't know if this is like TMI, but I normally keep butt wipes. But I need to purchase them on my errands today. It's like my little eat-a-bag tour. I have like a melon soda and some Orin High School Host Club, some JoJo, Miku. I got that cinnamon roll in Japan. Amista. I think it'll go good with my little outfit. I've been getting into bags more, for sure. I actually have one that I'm gonna wear to the event. It's this one, and this is from Japan actually as well. So is the bag, and this is for the convention as well. Please bring these. Please bring one if you're going to any type of event with other people. Okay, I'm gonna apply a perfume and then we're gonna get going. Honestly, it's been like 3 weeks. Hello. I did like wake up soon enough ago. I woke up and I wasn't really feeling well. I actually woke up at like 8 p.m. because I've not really been able to sleep, so I fell asleep at 6 a.m. and thankfully I slept like 12 hours ish, because the past couple days like I've not even slept 2 maybe. So I am getting ready to stream, but look at this day 2 hair, guys. Let's just talk about it. Let's take a minute, okay? Look at it. Look. Day 2. I just wrap it up, put it in a bonnet, and this is what it comes out like the next day. But yeah, so I'm about to stream. I normally shower before I stream. I was thinking about what I just did, which is why I did this. I actually just brushed my teeth and like splashed some water on my face because I'm not feeling too well. They did give me medicine at the doctor yesterday. I did go to the doctor. I don't know if you guys do this, and maybe some of you will think this is really gross, but I do this because it is like my little sweet treat and I can't really like go out and get sweet treats. I actually will get like a large Dunkin' drink and then will drink it kind of throughout the week because I normally won't finish it. I normally get 2. I get a lemonade and I get a decaf coffee, and that one's the strawberry chocolate coffee. Probably going to work on some cosplay stuff a little bit later. I did get medicine because apparently I also had an ear infection, which I forgot to mention because it just like, one of the things about being like kind of like ill all the time or having symptoms all the time is that you kind of forget what symptoms you're feeling. And I know that's like, how could you forget? Like, it's painful. Yeah, it is painful, but it's like always painful. Like, I forget to mention when I go a lot of the time. It happens quite a lot. So like, I'll get ear infections all the time, I'll get sinus infections all the time, and I get bacterial infections all the time, and then whatever else other illnesses are like floating around in the world I will normally get. But I kind of forget with like the ear infections, the sinus infections, and the bacterial infections because I also get UTIs a lot, just like randomly, which is another like telltale sign. If you get a lot of UTIs, definitely see like your gynecologist or whoever you go to is like, oh, like, we don't know. Definitely go to like a endocrinologist or a rheumatologist or an immunologist, because it could be linked to like an autoimmunity thing. I never knew that, which is why I'm saying that. Okay, that's better. Again, I'm gonna say this 5 million times, because every time I say something medical, I'm not a doctor. I don't have a medical degree. What I do have is some illnesses and experience dealing with doctors. So when I say anything, I'm not a doctor. Don't take it as medical advice. Just take what resonates and form your own journey to kind of get things the way you need it, because I think that's what's going to really help, and that's part of why I want to talk about it more, because it can be so confusing. But yeah, I got amoxicillin, which I literally was like, I guarantee they're gonna give amoxicillin, because that's the typical for ear infection, sinus infection, some types of bacterial and viral infections. Really just depends. They did swab me, but I haven't got the results yet. I wouldn't be surprised if it was like a viral. I'm mostly congested, so the likelihood of it just being like sinus, because your ears are kind of part of your like sinuses, is, I mean, they are. It's so complicated. I feel like that's one part I'm gonna have to figure out how to attune when I'm talking about these things, is like, I am not sure how to use specific like medical terms. There's certain things I don't know. I think the way to do this is just to speak freely. Like, there's no reason for me to try to like hinder anything. I think a big part of all of this is really just trying to figure out what is going to help everybody, and also express what I'm trying to express, and I'm not sure how to do that, but I'm just doing it anyways, because you have to do things before you're ready. But it's scary, okay? It's scary. But anyways, okay, we're gonna get ready actually while we chat. So I feel like yesterday was a really good example of what I'm trying to get at, because yesterday, like, I got like a lot of compliments. Even I was kind of sad because like you're not supposed to film in like inside of a doctor's office, but even the doctor was like, oh, she just looks so good all the time, and it made me feel good, not just because somebody was like recognizing the effort that I put and the fact that I really care about fashion and etc., but because I was in a doctor's office, and even a doctor was like, wow, you look great, but I was there because I didn't feel great. And that is the line that we're trying to balance. You guys are crooked. Oh my gosh, no more crooked. Okay, well, it's fine. You know, just a little topsy-turviness never hurt anybody, just a little bit. And I was kind of like thinking like, man, I wish I could have like got that, because it really is exactly what I'm trying to portray. Like, you could tell yesterday before I got a little gussied up, like, that I wasn't feeling good. My face was insanely swollen. My eyes were insanely swollen. I sounded not good. And then I get ready and it looks like nothing's wrong. And I think that's something that this kind of goes hand in hand with like when your parents, or hopefully your parents, told you not to judge a book by its cover, because you shouldn't do that. It's not very nice, and you should work on that. But if your parents told you not to judge a book by its cover, it's kind of like that. Like, you don't look at the worker at Five Below and think that they go home and that they could have had the worst day of their life the day before, or they, like, my parents used to tell me, like, be careful who you are not nice to, which they wouldn't say be careful who you're not nice to. They would say, like, always be nice to somebody, because your janitor could be your boss one day. And that's so true. Like, your school janitor, your janitor at your job right now, like, your doctor, your whoever, doctor is not a good example with what we're talking about, but also I just scratched my nose. I keep my nails like extremely sharp, and I pulled them all off because like this one broke, so it was lifting, and we talk about bacteria all the time, so I literally cannot like let bacteria fester under my nails, and if your nails are even lifting a little bit, then bacteria will grow underneath your nails, and then you can get sick. So if it lifts even a little bit, I rip them all off, but they're like so sharp underneath, and like they're like hard, but they're like, I really like to do the corners really sharp. I don't know why, but sometimes I accidentally cut myself, and that hurts. Like I just cut my nose. I'm getting so off topic. I hope I can find some way to piece what I'm saying together in a way that makes sense, and if you've left and got bored, I'm so sorry. I know you can't hear me, but I'm sorry. I like just want to show what it's really like, what it's like really like living a life like this. Like I woke up, I ate, I took medicine. I didn't have to take medicine yesterday, but I didn't feel good. I 2 months ago was on a daily medication that was poisoning me, and I had to wake up, take medicine, go back to sleep, get up, like sleep all day because I didn't feel good, get up, stream, go back to sleep, get up, take medicine, go back to sleep. Like I was sleeping all the time. Like it's like your life can change so drastically, and it's like all in your own home. Like you would think things like this are also just like doctors all the time, and some people do have doctors all the time, and I have doctors all the time, but like a lot of it is in your own home. Anyways, streaming time. So I'm gonna do a little streaming, and then if I work on any cosplay stuff, which I'm not sure if I will because I'm really not feeling well, but it's really close. It's 15 days away, which sounds like a lot, but I gotta kind of manage my time to where I work on the stuff I need to work on when I'm okay enough. That way, if there's 1 week in between that I have the time that I'm not feeling good, I don't have to worry. Like I can just sleep. I did think about taking today off because I'm really not feeling good. I did just eat, but I think all of the energy that I just had like wore off right now. I know that sounds so weird, but I literally felt like a shift from like, oh, you know what it was? I had a little bit of a soda. That soda gave me like a little perk. I also kind of wanted to use this like as a chance to just kind of express a little bit of me more. I actually don't really talk to, I talk to maybe one person outside of content creation just because I can't really like get out there right now. I used to like go out on walks and stuff, and my life has really just drastically changed in the past few years. Maybe that's something I can just quickly like talk about, but I know I keep messing with this. Let me like find a good place for this and then stop messing with it. My life has like drastically changed over the past few years. I used to actually like take little walks into town because I live in like a small town that I can go to like little cafes, and there's like an arcade and there's a bunch of other things. But now like sometimes it hurts so much to breathe that I get really scared being out by myself because I don't know if I'm just gonna stop breathing. I don't know like what's going to happen. And I used to like, the thing that really also made me start getting serious about my medical stuff is I have always been a really fit person. Like not fit like but like fit like I really enjoyed working out, and I tried to get like a gym membership, and I was trying to go, and like I couldn't really do anything, like any rep on anything. It wasn't like strength wise, like it wasn't like, oh, you need to work harder so that you can gain the muscle. It wasn't about the muscle. It was like not even 5 minutes on the Stairmaster on the lowest setting, I was literally about to pass out. Like I was seeing spots, I was going down. Same thing, like the treadmill I could do a little bit longer, but the walk back, like I couldn't really be at the gym for longer than 30 minutes or an hour doing very minimum things, 10 or 20 of those minutes doing stretching and small like 1 pound, 5 pound dumbbell workouts just with like my arms, because if I was doing any type of like really physical, I want to say more like cardio or like it's hard because I don't know what counts as cardio. Like I know something like the Stairmaster or something like the treadmill, but like even doing like reps like with my legs, like trying to strengthen my legs, I was like basically going down. I was getting very afraid that they were gonna have to call an ambulance because I was gonna pass out, and that's not normal for me. And like it's not like I hadn't had the stamina beforehand, because I was trying to go out, I was trying to walk about the town, and I was trying to go do things. I don't drive because when I first got told that I was having seizures, like I was told to stop driving, and ever since then it kind of really made me scared, even after I stopped having seizures, especially because sometimes I'm so ill that my brain is not focused enough. Like I cannot focus on driving somewhere, and that's dangerous, and I will not put myself in a 2-ton weapon where there's other people's lives on my hands. And I think anybody who gets in a car should really think about how everybody else's life is in their hands at that moment. But yeah, so my life has really just like drastically changed. I used to drive, I used to try to go out and do things for myself and go get coffees and walk about the town and go to the arcade, and like I'm not talking a long walk, like these were like 10-minute walks. Like that's not a lot. That's not a lot. And I think that's when I really started thinking like I really have to get things figured out. And now it just like, it seems like it's getting worse and worse every year, and it's kind of scary. I don't know what's going on. And I'm so sorry if you are also feeling this and going through this, because that's hard, and I don't want you to have to go through that. Which is why we are starting this project. I'm hoping to do more than just this character for the cosplay. I want to do multiple in the same idea, and hopefully it'll start a movement where multiple people will do it. It'll become like a trend, and the sad part of it becoming a trend is some people are going to do it just for the clout, and that's like, that's fine if we're going to also have some people who are actually doing it to raise awareness. And that's what I really want from this, is I want people to raise awareness, to be kind, to raise awareness with their doctors, to stand out and not hide themselves because they just feel so different, not just emotionally but physically, or because they have a medical device. Like, I think people who are ill have done enough hiding, and we've done a lot of the hiding to protect ourselves. I know the world can be really cruel, but there's good people out there, and we're gonna help each other find them. Anyways, I've rambled for like 20 minutes. This video is gonna be so long. I don't even know how I'm going to like edit this. I'm scared. I had the intrusive thought just now, like what if I just posted everything, pauses and everything? Like, yeah, some people might not watch because not everybody wants pauses, but like, am I being hypocritical by editing everything out because that's hiding something. I mean, it's not really hiding something. It's just hiding my breaths. The fact that I breathe and say and think. Okay. I'm letting the tiredness get the best of me, so I will see you guys either later or tomorrow. Also, my outfit of the day is just a shirt I've had for a really long time, a Sanrio shirt that I've had for a really long time, and my pants say Sugar Babies on them, but like the candy, not like, I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that, but like not like being a sugar baby. I would show you, but they're quite short, actually, like they're almost undies, so I don't think I'm gonna do that right now. Hello, it is day 4. This is day 4 hair. I wanted to show you because look at it. It's still like so good. I just need to do some oil in it. That was me smacking my leg. I didn't mean for it to be that loud. I just got to put some hair oil in it. Today I'm going to stream. Today was actually the hardest day to get out of bed. I started medication 2 days ago. I actually need to take the medication now before I stream because I just ate. I think the medication is causing like the antibodies in my body to kind of try to force itself into wherever the bacteria is, and that always makes me really tired because with Hashimoto's disease specifically, you have like your cells are attacking your cells, so they're attacking the healthy cells, so my body doesn't really know what to do when I get sick. So I mean, that and the likelihood of it being something else as well, but we don't know yet, so that's my best guess on why it makes me so doggone tired. I literally was like, I don't know, should I not go today? And I think that a lot, almost every day actually, but I want to show up. I love doing what I do and I don't want to just give up, so here I am. I love it, I do. It's just like when you're so tired and your body feels so heavy and you just like don't feel good. My throat is hurting worse and makes me wonder if I have strep because the medicine isn't making it better, it's making it worse. So we'll have to see. It might just be like I said, the effects of the medicine trying to fix it, or maybe my antibodies are extra attacking my throat because there's extra antibodies in my system. That probably didn't make sense. My cells are probably extra attacking my antibodies, especially in this area, which could be making my throat hurt. But I'm going to stream and I want to show you my outfit because it's cutie. It's cutie. This is my outfit. I love this set. It's just a little jammy set, little gingham set. I don't know what this is. I look like a chicken. Sorry. I don't know what's going on, man. I just woke up and ate, and like I said, I'm gonna get my medicine, but I do stream on what is today, Fridays, so that's what I'm gonna do. But I'm gonna do my hair, my makeup, and then I can show you the finished look, and then I'm gonna stream. Okay, I finished getting ready. This is my look. I did pigtails. This one's in the back just because, I don't know, I wanted it back there. Maybe this one should go in the back. Cute. Okay, but I have this blind bag from Japan. I got it from Daiso, like one of the first days I was there. And I kind of want to open it because I want to wear the tape. It's masking tape and it's a blind bag. I really want the cinema roll one, but let's see what it is. I've been saving it. I don't know why, but maybe it was for this moment. Oh gosh. Ow. Ow, that really hurt actually. You're lucky I have scissors, also from Daiso. I'm scared. What do you think it is? Tell me in the comments below. Hurry, 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 hurry. Oh, what? That wasn't even an option on the front, but it's Kawaii. It's Karobi! It's not gonna focus, but it's Karobi! Yay! I actually do like Karobi. He was my second favorite. But I wanted to open it because I thought, what if? Sometimes I'll wear like band-aids, and right now, I think, and it kind of goes with the outfit too. Plus, I love frogs. I was thinking, right here, right? Kind of cute. I like it. Should I do it on the other side too? Cute, yay! New accessory! We'll see how long it stays, because I kind of lotioned up pretty good earlier, but that sounds weird. But, I mean, lotion and tape probably don't go good together, but yeah, okay, anyways. Also, I don't know if I'm gonna get demonetized for this, but for educational purposes, this is how large my medicine is. This is how large, like, I have such a hard time with them. Actually, it wasn't so bad. Like, I used to despise pills in general, but then, like, because it was just, like, hard to swallow, and I didn't really want to have to take medicine, and then I started having to take big medicines, and then I had to take, like, literally, like, a month ago, I had to take, like, 5 every single day, and there was one that had to be taken 5 times a day, and like it was like a melt on your mouth one, and I was like, I have never had so much medication in my life. That's like another big change in my life with this kind of stuff that's going on, is like a lot. I used to really like fight to take medicine. I had to have 6 doctors hold me down to give me shots when I was little, and now it's just like needles all the time and medicine all the time, and it's just kind of funny how things change, and how probably no one, unless you have someone close to you that actually really cares, is like noticing. And that's another big part of this story of the character that you guys will be able to see next week, is like things are like, they just drastically change for us, and it can be a pretty hard adjustment. I'm used to it now, but at first it was kind of hard. So I think it's just like, I really want people to be able to see like a full story, to be able to think about it fully, to be able to understand what really goes on, because I think a lot of people think like, oh, like they're sick and that's it. Like they don't think about the behind the scenes, and we need that visibility. At least that's what, like, that's how you get, we need that visibility, because that's how you get the problem solved. But anyways, I'm gonna get streaming, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Hello, today is day 5. I am about to stream, but I wanted to pop in and say hello and tell you what's going on with my day. Today I am extremely exhausted. I'm having a lot of heavy thoughts and overwhelming kind of feelings, and I think that just goes with the territory of my mind being so tired that it just like can't make sense of like stress or anything that could cause anxiety, or like why I'm still feeling so unwell. And I know that this is a common occurrence, probably not just with me, but just in general with the body. Your body and mind are very connected, so if one is not doing well, the other is not going to do well. I did want to point out that if I sound clearer, it's because I unboxed my microphone. I got a new lavalier mic. It's really professional looking. I've been wanting one like this for a while, so I'm so happy. Ooh, I could like clip this to fun places now. I don't know, but we'll just put it there. So yeah, that's my day today. I just was having thoughts that were heavy that I didn't feel like aligned with who I am, and I was feeling things that were not aligned with who I am, and it's all just because I really don't feel well. The medicine is helping my sinuses, but my throat hurts like crazy. I don't know what it is. I think I have something other than a bacterial infection. I was doing JoJo makeup for my cosplay because surprise, we're gonna do a JoJo character. I actually tried on all of the bits and pieces to it to make sure that it turned out well because it's not a conventional JoJo character. It is something I have created. I mean, it is based off of a character. It's just gender bent. I'm doing a gender bent character um, of one of my favorites, and it has been quite a journey. I just finished the wig. Actually, I have a little bit more to do, but this is the wig. Guess the character. This is the first like wig that I've done where I've actually added to it rather than just taking away and sculpting. So I'm actually really happy with how it turned out. I'm so excited for you to see it. This is day 5 hair, by the way. This is from the curls you guys saw at the beginning of this video. I haven't really done much besides put hair oil in it, and here it is. But yeah, so that's why my eyebrow looks like a little silly and crazy. I actually like took a shower and washed my face twice. Like washed my face twice in the shower and it was still on me. But I have to practice it. I can't just save it for the day of. But yeah, so that's kind of what's going on. I really need to get to stream. Honestly, I was gonna do Power World, but then I think we might have to do something else. Maybe we'll just do Valorant today. That is me. Oh yeah, I'm also wearing a onesie. I kind of just wasn't feeling it today, like I said, and honestly, I'm kind of embarrassed to show myself like this, but I'm not at the same time. Like in a video, I always try to make sure I'm dressed up, or you always want the perfect angle. We'll see if that picked up. The train went by, so if it picked up, that's really good. I don't even know what to say for today. Like, I don't even know if I'm going to include today's. I am. That's just, see, that's the, like, the overwhelm or the guilt talking. It's like, you're talking too much. This is my video. That's the point. But yeah, so you got to see me unbox my new little lavalier, and I'm really happy about it because it's bigger and it's easier, hopefully, to not lose. I actually don't think I lost it. I think I lost the part that plugs into my phone. But this is also for ANYC. You got to see my Mista wig. What is tomorrow? Oh, today's Saturday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, this is day 5. Day 5. It's coming up soon. We got about 12 days until the con, and I'm trying really hard to make sure that this goes out probably the week before the con, and then we will also have one the week of, and that will be the cosplay that I have made to kind of raise awareness. That's the project cosplay. Obviously, I've been doing projects on cosplays, but the other ones are not to raise awareness for anything. They're just because I wanted to do them. The main one that caused me to make this video is something that's actually meant to hopefully catch people's attention in a way that will help bring awareness to people who are struggling like you or me or anybody who is going through any type of autoimmune chronic illness. But I will leave you there. I'm gonna go drink my smoothie and stream, and then I will come back if anything interesting happens. I'm so happy to have a mic. It feels so professional, and I like it. And I hope it sounds okay. Okay, bye. Hello. It is day 6. I just woke up recently, like an hour ago. I didn't eat today because I'm not feeling too well, but I do have some apple pouches, so that's really nice. I'm just getting ready. I want to stream a little bit, and today is the last day of stream. I normally take Mondays and Tuesdays off. So it's day 6, but I counted Tuesday as day 1 because I did my hair. So I wanted to like make sure that you guys saw what the results of my hair were. But we're gonna get ready first, and I'm trying to decide what I want to do with my face today. I think I want to use some stickers that are from Japan, and put them on my face. I am going to use the tweezers that I've been crafting with. You probably shouldn't do that, but I'm going to because I want to. So I think I'm going to put this one here. And as far as how I'm feeling, I am still feeling quite under the weather. My stomach definitely hurts. I think that's from the medicine. Amoxicillin will kill your healthy gut bacteria. So that just makes sense to me. I was trying to decide if I wanted pink or yellow. I just announced yesterday on stream that we are going to ANYC. I'm so excited. Everyone else seems very excited too. And I also updated the wig. It looks like it dried down pretty good. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this little white piece down. I have to cut these two off, but I updated it, and I finished off the back, and I just have to trim. I don't know if I'm going to actually trim this down. I kind of like the way that the whites go through. I feel like it also gives very JoJo-esque, but I finished it. I just have to chop these, and that's it. My anxiety is still pretty high today. I think it's just, I honestly live in quite a stressful environment, but that's a video for another day for sure. So I think that's just kind of what is causing that, maybe a little bit on top of the panic that my body is feeling, being like really uncomfortable with the illness. Yesterday I started feeling, this is going to be gross, but I started feeling like my sinuses start to drain, which means the amoxicillin is helping my bacterial infection and likely my ear infection. I haven't had too much pain in my ear, so I'm assuming that it's helping. What else do I want to do to my face? Overall, I'm really happy and thankful that I've got to take you guys through my week. This is a more chill week, even though I do have a few illnesses. I was talking about what was going on stream yesterday, and someone was like, "You're just tanking all the illnesses." I was like, that's exactly why I'm making this video and this project, because I talked about the project yesterday as well. That's going to be coming out next week, and I kind of got to talk a little bit further on it, that like that is the reality. Like that's the reality. It's month 8 of the year, and that it's been 5 months out of the year that I've been sick and had to be in the doctors, had to be in the ER, had to be in urgent care, like had to schedule a specialist, and that just didn't used to be my life, not even like 3 years ago. And I mean, it was in a way, but 3 years ago, I was kind of like a little scared to actually approach my medical journey because I just wasn't getting answers, which is another reason why we're communicating this, why we're doing this. Also, I'm so happy with my mic. I'm so thankful that I finally have like a professional microphone. I have wanted this specific one actually for like 2 years, and I finally got the opportunity to grab it, so I'm so thankful. Although I don't know what is wrong with the like case that it came in, but it is smelly. It smells like what, which is weird because the box like itself, the box on the outside doesn't smell bad, but the case on the inside smells bad. And it came shrink wrapped. Like I had to like cut the shrink wrap off. There was no like, oh, they resealed it and then sent it off. So I don't know what's going on with that. There's glue on my desk from all of the glue. I've had more glue on my body than I think was on that wig. But I had to do it very, very specifically so that it came out a very certain way. So, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. This is going to be probably my look for the day. I'm wondering if maybe we should do a little bit of, okay, we'll do white today. I'm looking for like a really good pink mascara, and I kind of have my eyes on one, but I need it to be waterproof is my problem, because I touch my eyes all day long. Like I don't mean to, but I just do. It's a horrible, horrible habit. Um, Also, I woke up and I was like making my bed, and I realized that I got um the other day when I had like the JoJo makeup on, I got JoJo makeup on my favorite cinema roll, and I was sad. But now I guess it's a collab. Unintended collaboration. I wasn't expecting to go so bold, but we're doing it. It's not even that bold. This is my everyday. I'm actually gonna do a different lippy than I normally do for stream because I've been wanting to do this one again. It smells good. After all the editing I've done, I thought I would have more bloopers, but I don't. I actually only have a few, and I like am really surprised because I've had to cut out a lot, but that's okay. I also got the chance to do an ahoge today. When I first learned about ahoges, I kept getting ahoge and ajuego mixed up. Ajuego. I don't know how to say it. I guess I kind of Spanishified it, but and I posted a TikTok that was like, I do a hego every single day, and I deleted it because I found out that day, because I was like, is that how you spell it? And then I realized that it's spelled differently, and I took it down because I don't actually do that every single day. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but that's not what I was trying to portray. Also, this is a straw because I have a lemonade. I have a lemonade. Oh, I guess I should show you the fit. I have this black shirt on that I'll probably likely wear like this, but I put the sleeves on because like it's kind of low cut when I have them off. So, and it's got this like frill at the bottom, and I have Super Mario Galaxy pajama pants that I actually got for the movie. Oh yeah, and this is day 6 hair. It looks a little messy actually because I was just messing with it and I changed, but when I took it down earlier, it was quite nice. A little bit of oil would totally fix up any frizz, but this is day 6, guys. Day 6. This side's a little looser because I keep pulling at it, but this one is like probably more like what it would look like if you didn't pick at it. I just kind of wanted to oil it up so that it would keep the coils. I will probably wash it tomorrow and restart again. Normally I would wash it today, but I just woke up and came to stream today just because I wasn't feeling good. So I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to do it while I can. But if I shower tonight, or if I shower when I shower in the morning, I will be doing my hair. So basically, day 7 hair, because I take like 2 days to let the rollers stay in, except tomorrow I guess it'll just be one. Look at this little piece of glued hair. I was like, what is this? This is hair. I mean, this is synthetic hair, but it's hair. That's so cool. I think that this would be a good time to update you guys. If you don't already know, I do actually post cosplays like almost every single day on my TikTok, and I also post them on Instagram. I let you guys know when I'm live on Twitter, and we have a weekly gaming channel, and I post my VODs every time I stream on the VODs channel. So if you are interested in any other types of content that I make, and maybe you're just like here for the vlog channel, but you like those types of things, you can find all of that in the description below. I do a lot of different types of content. I actually have an art channel coming soon, which maybe I'll start doing like my cosplay stuff there as well. So make sure you check it out. That way you're never missing what I'm doing, because I do a lot and I love sharing with you guys. So remember, if that's something you're interested in, go ahead and check it out. If not, it's totally fine. I get it. I get it. It's fine. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Do not feel guilted by that. That was supposed to be silly. But I'm gonna get streaming, and I will see you guys tomorrow. We will wrap it up tomorrow because it would technically be day 6, so that would be a week in my life. And that kind of shows you on a good week exactly what I go through. I had 3 illnesses and I was on medicine, and I had a really busy week. I didn't really get to show you as much of like the cosplay making as I wanted to, but I kind of want that to be in the actual vlog for NYC, ANYC. So you'll see all of them there. Like I said, these 2, so this one and the next one explaining the project, are gonna go up first, and then I have other vlogs from the past, like from 2024, 2025, that will go up before you see the results of I don't know. I might actually do the con vlog after this one, so there may be 3, but if you don't see it, just know it is coming. It's just going to be in the far future because I have so many things planned. I actually stopped editing the original video that I had planned for the IRL vlog channel, this channel here, because I wanted to make sure that I got these 2 done. So that one will probably go out next. That one's going to be a little bit of a weird one because there was somebody in it that actually isn't in my life anymore. So it might be a little silly. I wanted to scrap it together anyways because I thought it was fun. So keep a lookout for that weird, zany, wacky video. But that's it for me for today. Hello. I decided to add a 7th day. It is Tuesday again, which would mean it was exactly 6 days since I've been on medication for being ill. I don't really feel any better. I did miss 1 dose because I was so sick yesterday that I slept through it. Which I normally am very good about that, but unfortunately I just was not this time. But I got ready and I'm going out today, and I wanted to show you my outfit. So I did my hair in sock curls, so now I have princess curls, and then I have this like shawl thing. I actually wore this to Nara, and then I have this like camisole. It's basically just a bra with some some frillies. And then I actually have this little ring that is attached to a pin, and the pin is a swan, and the ring is a gummy bear. And then the shirt also has chains on it. I also have some leopard print shorts with some opaque white leggings, and I put like a sock, but also a black one on this one. But on this one, I only have a white sock because I kind of wanted that duality. And then this is what it looks like from the back. Ooh, I'm out of breath already. Oh my gosh. So that is my outfit for today. I just have to choose a perfume and then I'm ready. I'm actually really not feeling well. I was trying to fix like how my sleep was yesterday, but then I like was could not sleep, and then I went to sleep, like I took a nap at 6 and I just like slept until 11 and then I was up until then. So I'm just gonna have to stay up through the night until the nighttime. Hopefully, I don't know what it is. I think it's stress that's causing that, and also like probably stress on my body. My stomach is really not liking the medication. I don't I don't feel good, but I look good. And that's again the point of this video, is that like people who don't feel good, who are not well, who have chronic illnesses don't always look like they are ill. And there are people who do, and they also equally have a hard time. But I feel like it's a lot easier for people who don't look disabled to get undermined. Um, I guarantee anybody that I would pass by on a regular day would not look at me and think like, oh, she's like very ill. I also want you to remember I've been on medication for over 24 hours, so anything I have cannot be passed to somebody else at this point in time. So just in case you were like, well, you're part of the problem, you're going out when you're sick, forgive me. Okay, forgive me for wanting to live. No, but seriously, um, I don't wear a mask when I go out, and that's because I just want to feel like a regular person. I wear a mask every time I leave this room in this house. Every time. When I go shower, mask to the shower. The second I get out of the shower, dry my face so that I can put the mask on to walk back from the shower. Because if I don't, I will get sick. But I only go out 1 day a week. Sometimes more if I get lucky, or if I'm on vacation, or if I have an event. But for the most part, I just want to feel like a human. And I want other people who are hiding because they feel scared to also not feel like they have to hide. And also, my shadow is kind of freaking me out. Focus, Angel. Yeah, so next Thursday is ANYC. So I have another video to actually film and get posted, make sure that it's out, so that you guys actually know what the project to really get the visibility on this is, that people can join in on. I kind of just noticed something, and I think it's a good time to talk about it as well. A few years ago, so something that you can see a sneak peek of the cosplay there. Not the project one, but one of the ones that we were working on in this video. So we kind of touched on this a little bit, but we didn't really go into detail about it because I didn't really think it was super related, but it kind of is, in the sense that like when you are inhibited, you cannot move as much, and therefore it can cause you to gain weight. I 6 years ago was diagnosed with anorexia. I worked very, very hard to make sure that I have accomplished and overcome that, and I have. When I'm sick, I get really scared when I can't eat because I get really scared that I'm going to like not eat for a week and then it's going to be hard to eat again. I was not starving myself. That wasn't why I was diagnosed with it. I have very bad sensory issues. It took me a long time to get over certain sensory issues, and realistically, that's just because I eat what is okay for my sensory issues. Um, but I was standing here and I was like looking at this, and 6 years ago, this would have really taken me out. This would have really caused me to spiral and not be okay. But now, I actually really love my body, but something that I do struggle with is, as I have kind of touched a little bit of base on, I'm gonna sit because it's like I can't breathe. Okay, good. I was like, I don't want to sit on scissors. Dude, the amount, you don't even want to know the amount of editing that I've had to do for this video. I'm not complaining, but current present Angel doesn't make it very easy for future Angel. I'll tell you that much. Anyways, so something I really wanted to touch on is, like I said, I had anorexia quite a while ago. I still don't look at the scale every time I go to the doctor, and I go to the doctor often, so I'm constantly saying, I'm going to turn this way while you check it, if that's okay. I know my rough weight because it's better for me to do that health wise when I do go to the doctor, but something that I think I should talk about is that it's okay if all of a sudden you gain or lose weight because you are hindered. There is nothing you can do about that, and it is not, it does not change how beautiful you are. It does not change who you are on the inside. It does not change your worth. Like, that's something I had to fight with for a really long time. I told you guys the gym story. I was trying to go to the gym and I was too sick. I couldn't do it. It was just like I was going to pass out. I was going to have a medical emergency if I kept trying to push myself. And I do little workouts here and there when I have the strength, but I do not push myself because it is dangerous for me to push myself. And if you are struggling with that, because I assume a lot of the people who are watching this are not just people who are here from my channel, but are also autoimmune, are also chronic illness bound. And I just want to touch on that because weight is such a weird thing in today's society, and it's getting better, or it was getting better for a little while, and then it just kind of like took 2 steps backwards. You're beautiful. It doesn't change your worth. And if there's nothing you can do about it, using your mind to worry rather than using your resources to do things that make you happy, it just isn't worth it. So I just wanted to kind of like point that out. And I only like noticed it because I was getting dressed today and I was like, I don't know. My sides kind of stick out a little bit, but that's beautiful. My body is beautiful. Like, I have an able body, and you don't have to be skinny or thick or a certain weight or a certain size or a certain cup or a certain small, medium, or large to be any type of beautiful. As long as you are in your best health that you can be, and you are confident in who you are, and you're not just sitting there thinking like, well, like if you can do something about it and you're consistently telling yourself like, oh, like I'm not going to do anything, I'm not going to do anything, I'm not going to do anything, like that's a different story, and that's even okay. But like, that's not what's happening likely for you here. That's not what's happening for me. And I think that you shouldn't beat yourself up as much, just in case you were. And I really enunciate this because I used to beat myself up so much, and now I really love my body. I really do think I'm sexy and beautiful, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think it's something I think that's also a big topic for another day, where like a lot of people, if you say like, oh, I think I'm sexy, I think I'm beautiful,
It's like, oh, well, you're just so stuck up.
well, actually, it took me a long time to get here, and I just know my worth now. So if you feel angered by that, please go take care of that. I hope the best for you. I know it's going to work out for you. You're beautiful too, and you'll see it one day. But it took me a long time to see it for myself, and I do see it, and I think you should see it too, especially if you are chronically ill. And that, I guess, like, that does go hand in hand, where it's like, if you are feeling this way and you finally find confidence in yourself, don't let insecure people take you down. That's anything that somebody mistreats you by, that's how they see themselves. If they comment on your weight or your beauty or whatever, that's because they think that their weight, their beauty, their whatever is bad, and they see that you're thriving, and they're like, oh no, I don't want to do the work to thrive. And you're like, I'm doing the work to thrive. And they're like, they can't do the work to thrive, that's against the rules, then they'll feel better than me, but I don't want to do anything. So don't let them go. You go. That's it. You know. That's how you do it. But it does take time, and it's not just as easy as like what. Anyways, I'm so tired, and as I said before, I am delusional when I am tired. But yeah. Oh, I also had an opera lesson yesterday, but I did not really do much opera because my throat was hurting. I was having a really hard time singing in general, and I did sing a little bit, but I didn't really get to do what I wanted to do. And that's okay too, because I still showed up and I gave it my best, and not every day is going to be perfect. And I hope that if you took anything from this probably hour and a half long video, that's what you took from it. I don't know that I'll do too many more like conversational videos like this if I'm doing like a day in my life. A lot of them will be short, but there will definitely be more conversations on illness and conversations on just like topics that are hard in general. So those ones are always going to probably be a little bit longer, just because one, I like to yap. I do like to yap. But two, there's just a lot of information. There's a lot of information that goes into it. There's a lot of things that I'm really trying to make sure sound good and make sure that they reach a broader audience than just in my mind. I hope that made sense. There's a lot of me thinking, does that make sense? But hopefully I'll throw some silly editing or something in here and it'll help keep you entertained. But yeah, so we're gonna go through my day, and I can show you little snippets here and there, but for the most part, I'm going to do the outro now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that this was educational more than anything. I know that you didn't really get to go out with me as much, but that's because I didn't go out. I only went out last Tuesday, and then now I'm going out this Tuesday, and I probably won't go out again until next Tuesday, just because that's the day that I have arranged that I can have some help and go out and make sure that I'm not by myself, so that it's safe for me to go out. I mean, here's the thing, I can go by myself, but for the most part, especially while I'm still figuring out what is going on, because we know that I do have Hashimoto's, we know I have endometriosis, we know there's a high chance, or it's been talked about, that I have lupus, but there's so much complicated things going on with my medical self and health that I just, like, right now my chest hurts really bad just from talking. It feels like I can't breathe, and I get really scared. What if that means I'm gonna pass out? What if that means, like, I have a medical emergency and no one's around and no one knows where my insurance card is if I end up in the ER, and nobody, like, I get really nervous about those things, and I make sure that I have somebody around so that I can be okay. And I do try to go out and about on my own occasionally just to maintain independence, but a lot of the time I can still be really, really scared. I am a grown woman, and I do want to go out sometimes by myself, and I try. There's just like a lot that has changed for me, and that it's funny because if you knew me like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago, it would be like you could not keep me. You could not keep me in the house. There was no, and it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna go party. I wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna go party and I'm gonna go do this. Like I went to a few parties, but like nowhere near as many as like an average high schooler, nowhere near as many as an average teenager. Like I was still very much like my own thing, but I'd just go like sit in the parking lot of Target because I didn't want to be at home, or I would go get some french fries because I was just like I need to go somewhere. I would go mall crawl. Like I just there was no way I was staying in the house. I would go to the beach, dude, the beach. Oh, I miss the beach. But I'm also not that person anymore. I've grown. I've grown so much. And even with all of the circumstances that I've been dealt, I I never really used to look at it that way, but you have to look at it that way. You have to look at it as though, okay, this is something that's happened. How do I overcome this? How do I keep moving forward? Every time I think of moving forward, I think of Meet the Robinsons, because Goob like loses his game and then he like never moves forward, and that's how he becomes like evil. And I always try to think like keep moving forward, and what is this teaching me and what can I learn from this? And I think even though I've had such a hard time figuring out what's going on with my health, that my life has changed so drastically that I don't know what's coming ahead of me, I still believe that there's so much good things coming to me and for me, and I think that for you too. So don't ever lose hope, because even with circumstances like these or like your own, life can literally change overnight and be so good and like everything you ever wished for. And I know I'm saying that and I'm sitting here like telling you like, "Oh, I don't feel good," and "Oh, I'm in a bad situation," and "Oh, this," but I've been in pretty bad situations before, and somehow they changed to something so much better than I could have ever imagined. And I know that that's what's happening here, and I know that's what's going to happen. And you can call me woo woo, or you can call me crazy, or whatever the case is, but that's just life. Like, it just keeps going until it doesn't. So, the worst thing that can happen is you die. Um, Still take care of yourself, though. But the worst thing that can happen is you die. So keep going. You got this. I love you. I just kind of wanted to do one last little debrief. I want to remind you why I've made this video, and I know I've said it probably a couple times throughout this video, but I really want it to be driven home because this is really important. A big part of why I'm making this video is to show you what it's like for specifically me, somebody with an autoimmune disease, and a chronic illness, and how my daily life goes, and how much my life has drastically changed, and how much looks can really decipher how a person treats you or sees you or understands you, even if they don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I don't know if I included it or not, but there was like a clip that I took of me right after I took a shower, where like that was after I stepped out of the shower and put my towel on. I had to sit there with a fan because I thought I was gonna pass out. Like, that is almost every time I shower, and I like to shower. I think a lot of people like to shower, and there was a time in my life that that wasn't as prominent of an issue. I can make it out the bathroom. I can make it to the bathroom without something being an immense pain. Like, I really want people to stop hiding. If you have an illness, stand out, speak about it. It doesn't even have, if you don't want to speak about it to people around you, speak about it to doctors. Make a faceless YouTube account and talk about it. I don't know, talk about it. If you want to help other people not have to hide, talk about it. We got to talk about it, even if it's uncomfortable. It's for people after us, it's for us now. It's so crucial to the growth and the development of how we can make this type of situation better. Um, for those of you who are watching who don't have an autoimmune disease, who are not ill, who don't experience illness that often, but you have a yearly checkup, talk to your doctors about it. When you go in there, right before you leave, just be like, hey, what do you know about autoimmune diseases? I just know that it's a big problem right now and not a lot of people are getting the help they need. Maybe it could be good to look into. And then you leave. Like, it took 5 seconds to say that. It plants the action where people start looking into what symptoms are. Doctors start looking into what symptoms are, what common things are, so they know where to refer us, so we're not waiting 6 years. And I always say 6 years, but that was just my case. There's people who wait longer, there's people who get it right away, but it is just so crucial that not only us who are ill stand up, but those of you who are not, you can do something too. Clip the video, post it somewhere, find other resources that talk about it, clip that, post it somewhere. Like, it takes 5 seconds of your time, and I think it's so helpful. And I'm not saying like you better do this. Actually, you know what? I am. You better do this, because if you don't do it, I'll have to get back to you on that one, but you better do it. No, but in all reality, like, I'm not saying you have to, but it'd be so helpful, not just to me. Like, think about if you have kids and they end up with an autoimmune disease and nobody knows how to figure out what it is that's happening for them, like, to them. What if, like, your parent or your sister or your brother or your mom or your teacher or your roller skate buddy, I don't know, like, anybody could come down with it, and you're more likely to actually develop a lot of autoimmune diseases later in life. Like, Hashimoto's disease is actually something that's supposed to be diagnosed to women who, mostly women in their late 30s, in their mid to late 30s. I'm not 30. I'm not 30. That's just like, oh, the majority has been. Like, that tells me there's not been enough research on younger people and why it's developing in younger people and what is happening in younger people's bodies, or if it's been researched in women that it hasn't been researched in men. Like, we really have to get this a topic to talk about. And I would hope, after talking about it for 3, 5, 7 minutes, that you would understand that that is the big point of what I'm trying to get across with this long drawn out video, where I hopefully have given you some kind of like joy, because like I want to give you joy, but also talk about it. Just talk about it. I'm going to. Somebody did before me and inspired me to, and maybe I can inspire you. And I hope it doesn't come off as pushy. I know what needs to be done as far as how we can start the process of getting more people to recognize it. And I know that there's funding going into cures and research going into, like, how to help people with it, but I just think we can be doing more. And then the last one is, if you do and are interested in my cosplays and getting involved, in the next video there is going to be a tutorial on how you can get involved, how you can get people talking about it, asking you about it. If you cosplay yourself, then you can follow after my shoes and get eyes on it, talk about it. All of that will be more short and concise in the next video. This one was more to kind of show you why I want people to talk about it. And it might seem, I don't want it to seem self-centered, like, oh, because I have this illness, you should talk about it. Because really, like, yes, it has been hard and it has sucked and it has been scary, but I'm already kind of on the way to figuring out what my body needs. And it took me a long time to get there. And I don't want other people to have to take a long time to get there. So those are the points, visibility, why I'm doing it, how you can get involved. That, like, sick people don't always look sick. I feel like sick people is a slander to me and my own kind, but like people with, listen, I'm just a normal person with an illness trying to figure out how to help other people with my illness not have to suffer so much. So if I don't use the perfect terminology, please forgive me. I am doing my best and I just want the best for the future of everyone, honestly, not just people who are suffering, but everyone. But let's start here. Let's start here. But yes, so I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it to the end, you're amazing, you know, like let's high five, dap me up. I don't even know how to dap, but like a kiss for you, like that's crazy. Thank you so much. It means so much to me that you decided to stay till the end. And out of all my rambling, I hope there was a little bit of knowledge out of it. I am not always the most well-spoken person, but I have a lot of passion and heart, and I think that's what's important. And you got a little sneak peek to the cosplays, so hopefully that was kind of cool too. Something I did want to mention just before we go, I know that I was watching somebody else, actually I was watching Miken, and she was talking about how people were comparing her to her old videos, and as I said, it's going to be this vlog and then the next vlog and then it's going to go back to like 2024. So that's something I was thinking about a lot. I am an ever-changing person. I will always be growing and changing, especially with like what we just talked about. Like, I don't know if I will have to have a medical device in the future. I don't know if I will be better somehow in the future. I don't know if my personality will be the same in a year. I don't even know if it'll be the same in a month. I don't know if it'll be the same in like a week. Like, I don't know. I'm always ever changing. So I think that something that we can kind of like touch base on is that we are all very complex people. I think even you on the other side of the screen, you might have similarities to what you did last week or who you were last week, but maybe you found something new and now you have a new interest. Maybe you found a new fashion sense and now you have a new fashion sense. Like, that is now qualifying you as a new and different person. And I think that I just kind of wanted to mention that because it's going to go back in time for you, and then by the time we get caught up, unless I have another important event project or something to do with the project that we're talking about now, you're not going to see like now me for a little while. So I just ask that you keep in mind that I am an ever-changing being, that I am constantly working on myself to try to better myself, and that of course it's hard because it's hard for everybody. It's hard for everybody to face what hinders you or hurts you or incapacitates you. but I want to do it anyways. And so with the result of that, that means that maybe I will be a different person, hopefully with continually better style. But yeah, so I should go because I could literally ramble all day. Maybe I should just do a daily video of an hour of conversation. Like, would that even be interesting? Like, if I just started yapping and didn't edit it and just like posted it, I feel like that could be interesting to some people. I've thought about doing that, but let me know. Let me know what you're thinking down below. Let me know what you took from the video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below as well. And as always, because we always do this now, if you made it to the end of the video, comment the double pink heart emoji. And I will see you guys all next week. Bye bye. What is stuck to this? It might be an earring. I think it is, but it fell down my shirt. I got the earring in the shirt blues. I don't know why I'm choosing to wear this one today, but I like it. Don't watch. Oh, it's an animal cracker. It's a cracker. Hey. I'm back. Okay. Train's on.